Young fellow, how you gonna build that computer?
Well, first off, hey, we're gonna build this. But anyways, what's poppin'? We got to stand on these blue things. So
Okay, I'm on the blue thing.
we have to stand on these so we don't shock any of the so precious components because they conduct electricity, and if we bridge a gap, if we can short something, it'll not cause it not to work.
That's a very smart idea.
Anyways, we have we already have the CD drive in because that's a pain in the royal butt to get in. Because if you do it too hard, right here,
That does sound like
you can bust it open, but great thing this sucker built good. Anyways, we already got the standoffs put in because we're not gonna eyeball it. And we also have the front faceplate put in. So anyways, this is a case that holds your stuff. It's made out of standoffs. It just serves as essentially something to keep the motherboard off of the hard metal so it doesn't short anything out. We got that. We got hard drive and that stuff, but we're just gonna go over the case. It has actually three fans. There's a fan on like one of the covers over there, but we ain't gonna show you. And we have all this. Tons of connectors and that stuff, so it should be a fun build.
I think it's a good time to put in the RAM. Now you see, with the RAM, there's this little gap right here. And you gotta make sure that you put it in, and over here there's a gap on right there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's there. And you gotta make sure that it's facing this way, or else it won't get in because of that gap. And you just put it in there, push, push, push. Sorry, it's taking a while, people. Yes, I'm the best around.
I'm gonna put the CPU in. In the last video, we put the RAM in. That was trading. So your CPU goes in right here. To open it, you push down on this little lever here, and then you open it, just like so. You take the CPU out of here. You'll notice on the CPU there's a little arrow right here.
I'll just focus on that. Move your thumb. Yep.
And then there's also a dot on the motherboard right here. You want to line it up with that. Try to grab the sides so you don't break any of these little prongs. And just drop it in there. Not like I did. You just want to drop it. And then you're gonna put the stand back down.
Hold up. What you're gonna do is for this is that you're gonna make sure, because there's like a little screw like right there, get that stuck under that, and so.
And then you push this down, and you have to move it over a little bit and then back in.
Yep, and so that is the CPU. Okay, so I'm back and doing this stuff. Anyways, this is a CPU cooler. It is made by Roswell. It's a CPU cooler, nothing fancy about it. Well, what's fancy about it is it came with thermal paste put on it. See, thermal paste is made so you have a good connection with it, and with the CPU, so you can get maximum, heat transfer. So anyways, to install this, if you have one like this, you're gonna need to make sure that all these suckers you line them up. Move that cord all the way for a hot second. Make sure all these are put into place. You're gonna turn them a bit. Well, make sure that you have them all at the same area before you do this, because you can look like an idiot like me. That one's already put in good. So that looks like it. Gonna mess around with it a bit. They twist them in. Get them up. Never mind, I guess not. Well, anyways, we're gonna get back to after we get the sucker installed properly. You need to get these in there decent. Pop them in. Actually, maybe that was why. Nice weather we're having out though. 30 below. Next one's.
All right, we're back again.
Okay, so anyways, what we're gonna be doing here is make sure that you don't drop any screws, because that could be a really bad thing. Anyways, these things right here, these things are gonna be your best friends. You can buy yourself a $1,000 computer, and then after you microwave your spoon in the microwave, of course, to keep it extra warm so your soup don't get cold. You use these suckers so you zap your computer and make it worthless. Essentially a $4,000 paperweight if you're not a broke boy.
That sounds like a great idea.
Just grabbing the screw. So anyways, so these suckers right here, they have standoffs.
These little
These
gold
boys.
standoffs in here.
Yeah, and so
They
anyways,
have to be in the right position depending on the motherboard.
yeah, and so we're gonna move all the cords out of the way. We're just gonna stuff them in here for the time being, for a hot second. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna line up the standoffs. So
And all your ports, these are your ports, should be facing the back.
yeah. So that's lined up. That's lined up. That is lined up, and I think we got it good. So anyways, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take screws of the appropriate width, and hopefully this is the right screw, so we don't have another motherboard in. Yep, these are the wrong screws. So speaking of shoving a screwdriver right next to your motherboard, there's another cool thing that you can do with it. If you break your power cord, and these are not coming off, so I'm gonna lift this up for a hot second. So if you break your motherboard, or at least the power switch, there's like some power things around here. If you bridge the gap, it shorts them, and then you can turn on the computer by doing that. So that's a hot tip of the day. Then we're gonna lift this up so we can get this. That sucker's actually in there for some odd reason.
Alright, so now we're gonna put this power supply in. Power supply goes in just under the motherboard. Come closer. Okay, so you're gonna put it in just like this. Your cords come back like this. Try not to disturb your motherboard too much. Then you wanna line it up with the screws back here. And then you're gonna take your screws and you're gonna make sure that the power supply is not gonna fall onto anything. You gotta kind of hold in the power supply.
You're doing great.
We only have 3 screws, but you should have 4. Again, magnetic screwdriver makes it easier. And there you go.
Okay, so now we're installing the screw. I already put the first one in. Then
How many more screws do you need to screw in?
depends on the motherboard. You can have you can be okay with 2 if you put them on the corners, but we're gonna be total mad lads and we're gonna put them across from each other. So now we're gonna install this final one. And if I can actually get these suckers out.
This may take a while, folks.
Yeah, we actually got the same freaking screws this time. No, I can use a screwdriver. That's way too. Ah, crap. Well, see you in a hot minute.
Because of the fact that one of the 2 guys is in the bathroom and the other guy is holding the camera, I'll be the one who will teach you how to put in this LAN card. Basically, remember what I said about the regular RAM? Same thing. There's a gap here. Make sure it's goes into the area with the gap in here. Puts it in like this. Try to push it in. And voila, there's a quality the LAN card in your computer.
Oh, yeah. Hello, I'm Matthew Maher. I'm here ghetto rigging this card because we forgot to show you. Yes, there's a lot of stuff that we forgot to tell you. First off, this motherboard is an MSI motherboard. It's a whatever, Z77A G41. Military class 3, I guess. And yeah, for what we put in the CPU in this is i3 2100. That is 1155 LGA socket. Then this right here is just a Sony CD drive, nothing special about it. This is a Seagate Barracuda 1 terabyte hard drive, you know, pretty standard. And this is a Corsair CX 430M. And yeah, first off with this, what I'm doing right now is making sure that this sucker doesn't move. So what you can do is, when you're doing it, look for a screw that can actually fit, or you can be like me and zip tie it. This is an acceptable way since it's not that conductive, so if it falls, see, it ain't moving that much. Let me just tighten this. Or I can put it in the wrong way. Wait. Or you can use a zip tie that actually works. So anyways, what we're gonna do is just gonna zip tie the sucker in place. Maybe opposite way, see if that works. So much easier with a pair of pliers. Yep, that is. I put it in opposite. And then I'm gonna tighten that and see you in a jiffy.
Everything that you're going to see in this video is from newegg.com.
What thing should I put in next? The hard drive. Seems like a good idea. Let's do that. You just put it into this area, and then you slide into this thing. Easy as mom's apple pie.
Hey, what's poppin'? Today we're gonna be doing a thing that is the best part of this, called, see this sucker right here? There's power in it. The power needs to go to this sucker. So we're gonna be potentially plugging all this stuff in. Yay! Really want to do this. So anyways, first off, big boy goes to the biggest port. Now you can see because there's like a pattern right here, here. Yeah. So you're trying to match it up, so you're essentially playing Legos. So get it matched up and bam, got the sucker plugged in. Nice and smooth. Now this Corsair is a power supply, this one, or you can also read on the side, G is CPU. Try to find your CPU pro thing, but I've already know where it is. It's right over here. To make sure you plug them in correctly. And now we're gonna be plugging in everything. So now we can also probably plug in the cables that come from the computer itself. So we're gonna be clipping it on its side, and we're gonna see your craftsmanship in all of its glory. By that I mean we're telling you to use zip ties. So yeah. A lot of zip ties. I'm talking about like ungodly amount of zip ties. Well, the other group decided to zip tie all these together. So now we're gonna go to the fun part. We're gonna start plugging everything in. And so, yeah. Do we really need to connect all these fans? That's a bit overkill for all these fans. Very janky way to plug in fans, but crikey. Stabbing my fingers against every possible thing I can stab my fingers against. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to our box of modular things. Come on. Let's got our main power cord, and we're not gonna need that right now. We got all of our modular cords. Yay. Right here. Bam. Bam. This is what we need, but bam. Get these suckers untangled. Got and bam. So now what we're gonna do the fun part of essentially daisy chaining all these cords together, so make sure we plug them in correctly, or if these can actually fit. Oh. Anyways, we're gonna keep on doing this stuff. Hopefully we can do it correctly. Plug all this stuff in. So you got at least have one fan in it. Started wiring all these fans. You got bam, bam, bam. Couple, I know there's. You got that fan. You got a bunch of other fans. You're also wired the power supply to the motherboard and to the CPU. We started connecting some stuff, but we're not completely done yet, but we still have a bunch, which is pretty close. See, like this right here is a USB, so we can start plugging this sucker in. And then we're gonna clean this baby up because our cord jobs are amazing because yep, and there's gonna be a decent amount more. So we'll get back to you on that. Okay, so yeah, we're back. We daisy chained them. We cleaned it up a bit. We used a thing called the zip ties. Those are pretty neat. But anyways, what we did was, first off, there's fans in this, so we had to connect all the fans. Problem is some of them are in very janky spots with different size cords, and so what we did, we're gonna be probably, hopefully, like zip tying them down to the case so that it's a bit easier to use. And when you daisy chain, you essentially supply power through a series circuit, so that should be decent, or should work hopefully. Actually, no, I think it's a parallel, but who cares? And then through this, we got everything plugged in. We got the CPU plugged in. We got the motherboard plugged in. We do not need to plug in the PCIe or the place that we put in the net card because MSI boards usually supply power through that. We got everything plugged in. We got the hard drive plugged in with SATA cable, power cable. SATA cables is what's used for transferring data storing data with hard drive. We also got the CD drive plugged in with the SATA cable and a power cord. Again, it's exactly like the thing. CD drives are used to supply power and not supply power, supply, read and write stuff. And so we're gonna get this baby, shut up, and actually not shut up, closed up, and we're gonna be seeing if it posts.